Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive. Today, we're tackling AI.
Oh, this is a big one.
It really is. We've got some sources that are calling it an AI invasion.
Invasion, huh? Dramatic? Maybe a bit much.
Yeah, a little over the top, but it definitely grabs your attention.
Makes you think, though. Is this a hostile takeover or something else entirely?
Right. So that's what we're here to figure out.
Yeah.
But before we jump into all that,
We need some context.
exactly, got to start at the beginning. AI wasn't always this.
True. Remember the early 21st century?
Those clunky computers.
Yeah, those. AI back then was pretty basic, like simple programming, problem solving, that sort of thing.
Ah, the good old days. Simpler times.
Simpler for sure. Then things changed, and they changed fast. Computing power went through the roof, big data exploded.
Big data. For our listeners who might not be familiar with the term.
Oh, right. Good point. Big data, it's basically these massive, complex data sets. Think mountains of information.
Okay, that makes sense. So big data, increased computing power.
Right.
What happened next?
Well, AI suddenly had the fuel it needed to evolve, to tackle much bigger challenges.
And that's where things get really interesting.
Exactly. We see algorithms emerge that can actually learn and adapt. It's the foundation for the AI we see all around us now.
Okay, so AI isn't just a sci-fi concept anymore. It's part of our lives.
Right.
Like right in our pocket.
Our smartphones, you got it.
We talk to Siri, we ask Google Assistant random questions, and they just figure it out.
It's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it. Your voice, it's processed by algorithms compared against mountains of data.
So it's not magic, it's just really, really good data crunching.
Exactly. And all of this happens in a split second.
So AI is not just answering our silly questions. Our sources show it's impacting everything.
Everywhere you look, there's AI.
Self-driving cars, for example. I still can't wrap my head around how that even works.
It's complex, for sure. Imagine a machine navigating traffic, making split-second decisions to avoid accidents.
It's like something out of a movie. But it's real. And healthcare, it's another field being transformed by AI.
AI is diagnosing illnesses, sometimes even better than human doctors.
That's a bit unnerving, but also kind of amazing.
It is. AI can analyze medical images, patient histories, research papers, all on a scale humans just can't match.
And it can spot things, patterns maybe, that even the most experienced doctors might miss.
Exactly. Early and accurate diagnosis, it's life-saving. But it does raise some ethical questions.
Like who's making the decisions? The AI. And what about bias?
All important questions. Researchers and ethicists are working on those right now, trying to figure out the guidelines.
It's good to know someone's on it.
Yeah.
But it's not just healthcare, right? I mean, businesses are using AI like crazy.
Oh, yeah. I think Amazon, Google, they're using AI to personalize your shopping experience, predict what you'll buy next.
So that's how they know I need more cat toys.
Maybe. But seriously, they're using AI to analyze those huge data sets to optimize everything.
It's like they have a crystal ball, only it's powered by data, not magic.
Exactly. But AI isn't just about business or healthcare, it's even impacting the art world.
We what? AI is making art now.
It is. Paintings, music, even poetry. It's making us redefine what it means to be creative.
Wow. If a machine can create art, where does that leave human artists? Is this a threat? Or maybe a collaboration?
Some say it's about expanding creativity. AI as a tool, not a replacement.
So AI is revolutionizing healthcare, transforming businesses, making art, but it's not all sunshine and roses, right?
Right. It's powerful. And with power comes responsibility and potential downsides.
That's why our sources are calling it an invasion.
Invasion might be strong, but we need to talk about the potential negative impacts.
Absolutely. Like everyone's worried about robots taking our jobs. Is that a real threat?
Jobs that involve repetitive tasks, data analysis, those are definitely at risk. Automation is changing the work landscape.
So what happens to the people whose jobs are replaced by AI?
That's where things get tricky. We need to focus on retraining, on teaching people new skills.
It's a huge societal shift. And then there's the whole issue of AI making decisions that impact our lives.
That's a big one. Imagine algorithms deciding who gets a loan, who gets parole.
Or even making medical diagnoses. It's a bit unsettling.
It is. Transparency is crucial. We need to understand how these algorithms work, ensure they're fair.
And what about AI being used for bad stuff? Like in warfare?
Cyber attacks, autonomous weapons, it's a real concern.
It's like we're walking this tightrope. We need to harness AI's power for good, but prevent it from being misused.
It's a delicate balance. We need international cooperation, ethical guidelines, strict regulations.
So it's not just about building smarter machines, it's about shaping a future where AI is a force for good.
Exactly. But we're just getting started.
That's right. We've covered a lot, but there's so much more to explore.
What does the future hold for AI? What opportunities are out there?
Stay tuned. In Part 2, we'll dive into the potential of AI to solve global problems like climate change and revolutionize how we learn.
We'll see how AI can make our daily lives better and explore what it takes to create an AI-driven future that works for everyone. Welcome back. Ready to talk about the good stuff, the incredible potential of AI.
Oh, absolutely. In Part 1, we got a little, I guess you could say a little spooked by the whole AI invasion idea.
Yeah, understandable. But remember, our sources also highlight the incredible opportunities AI brings to the table.
Right, like AI being used to solve some of humanity's biggest problems.
Exactly. Take climate change, for example. It's a massive challenge. But AI could be a powerful tool in the fight against it.
Really? How so?
Well, imagine AI analyzing tons of data from satellites, sensors, climate models, you name it.
Okay, I'm picturing like a supercomputer crunching numbers all day long. What does that actually do, though?
It can help us understand and predict weather patterns better, optimize energy consumption, even come up with ways to reduce carbon emissions.
So AI could help us make real progress on climate change. That's pretty hopeful, actually.
It is. And think about renewable energy, carbon capture, sustainable agriculture. AI can help us develop and implement those technologies too.
It's like AI is working behind the scenes to create a greener future.
That's a great way to put it. But that's not all. Let's talk about education. Imagine AI completely personalizing how we learn.
Personalized learning. What does that even mean?
Think AI tutors. They could tailor lessons to each student's individual needs. You know, their learning style, their pace, things like that.
Wow, that's different from how most of us learn now. No more one-size-fits-all classrooms.
Exactly. It's like having a personal tutor available 24/7.
I remember struggling with certain subjects in school. If I'd had that kind of personalized help, who knows, maybe I would ace them.
It could be a game changer, absolutely. And AI can even help us learn the skills we need for the future, you know, like coding and data analysis.
Right, because the jobs of the future might not even exist yet. AI can help us prepare for them.
Exactly. But it's not all about work and solving global crises. AI can improve our everyday lives too.
Okay, like what? Give me some examples.
Think about safer work environments. Robots can handle dangerous tasks, protecting humans from harm.
Okay, that makes sense. What else?
Healthcare. AI could help make healthcare more accessible. Think remote consultations, early disease detection.
Wow. So while AI is doing all these big, important things, it's also making life a little bit easier, a little bit safer.
Absolutely. And don't forget about creativity. Imagine AI working alongside architects, musicians, filmmakers.
To push the boundaries of what's possible, that sounds pretty amazing.
It is. The potential applications of AI are truly limitless.
But with all this potential comes, well, responsibility, right?
Absolutely. We need to be mindful of the ethical implications of AI as it becomes more powerful.
Right. It's not just about building smarter machines. It's about shaping a future where AI is used responsibly.
A future that benefits all of humanity. So is this an AI invasion or an incredible opportunity?
It's starting to feel like maybe it's a little bit of both, isn't it?
It is. It's complex. But understanding AI, both the good and the bad, helps us make informed decisions about the future.
And that future, it's being shaped right now.
Exactly. We all have a role to play.
This has been an incredible deep dive so far. I can't wait to hear what's next.
Well, in Part 3, we'll explore what life might actually look like in an AI-driven world.
And we're back for the final part of our AI deep dive. We've talked about the past, the present. Now it's time for the future.
The future of AI. Always exciting to think about.
A little bit scary too, honestly. But our sources, they paint some pretty vivid pictures of what an AI-driven world could look like.
Let's jump right in. Imagine waking up in the morning, but your AI assistant has already taken care of, well, pretty much everything.
Everything like what?
Coffee's ready, the temperature's perfect, and you've got a personalized news feed waiting for you.
That does sound pretty nice. No more rushing around in the morning.
Exactly. More time to relax, maybe even listen to an episode of the deep dive.
Hey, I like the way you think. Okay, so morning routine's taken care of. What's next?
Well, you head out the door, and your self-driving car's waiting.
No more traffic jams. Sign me up.
Think about it. You can use that commute time to catch up on work, listen to music, maybe even take a nap.
Okay, I'm sold. So we arrive at work, relaxed and refreshed. What happens then? How does AI change how we work?
Imagine AI tools that help you with your tasks, analyzing data, creating reports, even brainstorming solutions to problems.
Like having a super smart coworker who never gets tired.
Exactly. AI can handle the routine stuff, freeing you up to focus on the creative and strategic thinking.
That makes sense. So AI is changing how we work. What about healthcare? Any big changes there?
Oh, tons. Think personalized fitness plans, early disease detection systems that can flag potential problems before you even have symptoms.
Wow, that could be life-saving.
It could. And robotic-assisted surgery, more precise, faster recovery times. AI is transforming healthcare from top to bottom.
It sounds like we could all be living longer, healthier lives. But what about our free time?
Well, think about going to a concert where the music is created by AI, adapting to the mood of the audience in real time.
That's wild. What else?
Virtual reality experiences that are almost indistinguishable from real life, all powered by AI.
AI blurring the lines between reality and, well, whatever we call that digital world. It's a lot to take in.
It is. It's a whole new way of experiencing the world.
So how do we even begin to prepare for this kind of future? It's a lot to wrap your head around.
It is a big shift. But one of the best things we can do is focus on education.
Education. Okay, so what? Everyone needs to learn how to code.
Well, coding is important, but it's more than that. We need to teach critical thinking, problem solving, creativity.
Those human skills that AI can't replicate, right?
Exactly. Those are the skills that will be even more valuable in an AI-driven world.
That makes sense. What else can we do?
We need to have honest conversations about the ethical implications of AI, about how to ensure it's used responsibly.
We can't just let AI develop unchecked. We need to be thinking about the consequences.
Absolutely. And it's not just the responsibility of tech experts or policymakers. We all need to be part of this conversation.
So what have we learned from our deep dives into the world of AI? Is this an invasion or an evolution?
It's probably a bit of both, honestly. AI is a powerful tool. It has the potential to do amazing things, but also to cause harm if we're not careful.
The future's not set in stone. We have a choice in how AI shapes our world.
That's exactly right. We need to be informed, engaged, and ready to make those choices.
So much to think about. Thanks to everyone for joining us on this incredible deep dive.
Until next time, keep exploring.
Hey everyone, welcome back. We're diving into something kind of huge this time. Artificial intelligence, or AI for short.
Yeah, it's everywhere these days, huh?
It really is. And it feels like, I don't know, every day there's a new headline about it, some new breakthrough.
Right, it's moving so fast.
Exactly. So we figured it was time for a deep dive to try and make sense of it all. We've got some chapters from this book. It's called Sadain Owi.
Ah, yeah, that's a good one. Really gets to the heart of what AI is, what it can be.
And, you know, what it means for all of us, regular folks. Like, is it going to steal our jobs? That's the big question, right?
Yeah, that's the one everyone jumps to. And it's understandable. It's a big fear.
So straight up, are robots going to take over everything?
Okay, so it's not quite that simple. I mean, it is about jobs changing, but maybe not stealing is the right word.
Okay, so not stealing, but changing. How so?
The book uses this term redefining work. It's not like AI just wipes out jobs. It's more like it creates new ones, too.
Redefining work. I like that. Gives it a more, I don't know, positive spin. Definitely. Think about it like machine learning. 5-10 years ago, that was barely a thing.
True. Now it's like the hot field.
And it's created tons of jobs that didn't exist before. Data scientists, AI ethicists, you name it.
So it's more about, adapting, like learning how to work with AI, not against it.
Exactly. It's a tool.
Yeah.
A super powerful one, granted.
Yeah.
But it's how we use it that matters.
So instead of freaking out, we should be thinking, okay, what skills do I need to stay relevant?
100%. What are the things humans are uniquely good at that AI can't replicate?
Creativity, problem solving, that kind of stuff.
You got it. Those are the skills that'll be in high demand, even in an AI-driven world.
Makes sense. So maybe AI isn't just about like cold, hard logic. I mean, we see AI making art now.
Right. AI-generated music, paintings, even poetry. It's wild.
I've seen some of that AI art online. It's pretty amazing. But does that mean like artists are doomed?
Not necessarily. Think of it as a new tool. You know, like a painter gets a new brush. It doesn't replace their skill. It just expands what they can do.
So AI could actually help artists be more creative.
That's the idea. Imagine an AI that helps you overcome writer's block or suggests different ways to compose a piece of music.
That's kind of cool, like a creative partner.
And it makes you wonder, right, does AI change what it even means to be creative? That's a big question.
Big questions for sure. But where I think this gets really exciting is in healthcare.
Yeah, the potential there is just huge.
Revolutionizing how we diagnose and treat diseases.
Exactly. We talked about Google's AI that's better than doctors at spotting certain cancers.
Mind-blowing, right?
And it goes beyond that. Imagine personalized treatment plans based on your genes, your lifestyle, everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like medicine tailored just for you.
Right. No more one-size-fits-all. And think about all the boring admin stuff AI could do, letting doctors focus on patients. Efficiency and better care, it's a win-win. But, gotta say, there's a big caveat here.
Oh, what's that?
Patient privacy. That's paramount. We gotta make sure AI is used ethically in healthcare.
Absolutely. Okay, so with all this potential for good, is AI the hero of our story? Simple as that.
Well, no, not that simple. Like any tool, depends how we use it. It could be used for good or bad.
So it's not really about the technology itself. It's about us, right? And how we choose to use it.
Exactly. We need to be having these conversations. The ethical implications, the risks, the safeguards.
So the question isn't, is AI good or bad? It's how do we make sure it's used for good?
That's the million-dollar question. And it's not just for scientists. It's for everyone.
True. We all have a stake in this. Well, that's a great place to pause for now. When we come back, we'll explore how AI is impacting different industries like finance, transportation, you name it.
Stay tuned. We're just getting started.
Welcome back to our deep dive into AI.
So we've talked about jobs, even AI getting creative. But how do we even get here? Like, where did this whole AI thing start?
Yeah, good point. It feels like it just kind of exploded out of nowhere.
Well, the idea of artificial intelligence, that's been around for ages. You know, philosophers, sci-fi.
But the real deal, the AI we have now, that's pretty recent, right?
Yeah, the field of AI as we know it, that really kicked off in the mid-20th century.
Mid-20th century, so like post-World War II.
Exactly. You had this boom in computing, mathematics, and there's this key event, the Dartmouth Conference, 1956.
Dartmouth. Rings a bell, vaguely.
It's basically considered the birth of AI as a field. A bunch of scientists got together and said, hey, let's make machines think.
Ambitious much.
Oh, totally. And
yeah.
There was this huge wave of optimism back then, like, we're going to have thinking robots any day now.
Did they? Or what happened?
Well, it wasn't that simple. There were a bunch of roadblocks, funding dried up, research slowed down. They called them AI winters.
Ah, so it wasn't all smooth sailing.
Nope. But then, the past couple of decades, boom. AI's back, bigger than ever, and you know why.
Lay it on me.
Data. Mountains of data. Big data. That's what AI algorithms, especially these machine learning ones, they feed on data.
So all those cat memes and TikToks are actually useful.
In a way, yeah. It's not just silly stuff. It's everything. Text, images, videos, sensor data. It all helps train AI.
So data is the fuel, but what's the engine? What's making AI smarter?
Algorithms, specifically deep learning. These algorithms, they're inspired by how our brains work.
Deep learning. That sounds intense.
It is, but it's super powerful. That's how we get AI beating champs at chess, go.
Yeah.
Even writing music that sounds like, I don't know, Bach.
Wow. So AI is getting smarter all the time, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. Which brings up a whole bunch of new questions, new challenges.
Yeah.
We're only scratching the surface.
Speaking of questions, I got to ask. And there's all these different types of AI, right? Narrow AI, general AI. What's the deal with all that?
Oh, yeah, good point. Most of what we see today, that's narrow AI, or weak AI, some people call it.
Weak AI? Sounds kind of insulting.
Well, it's just that it's good at one specific thing, like recommending you a product or filtering spam. But it can't do everything a human can.
Gotcha. So it's like a specialist, not a generalist.
Exactly. It can't think outside its little box, so to speak.
Yeah.
General AI, now that's a whole other ballgame.
Okay, so general AI. That's like the super intelligent robots from the movies.
Kind of, yeah. Human-level intelligence, maybe even surpassing us. The kind of AI that could solve any problem, learn anything, maybe even become conscious.
Whoa, now we're getting into sci-fi territory.
A bit, yeah. General AI, it's still theoretical. We don't know how to make that happen. Not yet, anyway.
So it's like the holy grail of AI research.
You could say that. And there's huge debate. Is it even possible? And if so, when? And what happens then?
If we create something smarter than us, that's a whole other can of worms.
For sure. But for now, we're mostly dealing with narrow AI, which is already doing some pretty amazing stuff. But there's one more category worth mentioning. Superintelligence.
Superintelligence? What's that? Even smarter than general AI?
Yeah, it's the next level. Think, not just human-level intelligence, but beyond, like blowing our minds in ways we can't even imagine.
Okay, now that definitely sounds like sci-fi.
It might seem that way, but some serious people think we got to start thinking about it now.
Thinking about what? How to fight robots?
Not quite. More like how to make sure that if or when superintelligence happens, it's a good thing for humanity.
So like teaching morals to a supercomputer.
In a way, yeah. This is called AI alignment. How to make sure AI's goals match up with our goals. Heavy stuff.
Heavy is right. But okay, back to reality for a sec. We don't have superintelligence yet.
Nope, not yet. And maybe never, who knows. But the AI we do have, that's already changing the world.
True. So let's bring it back down to earth. How's AI actually being used in, real life in different industries?
Great idea. Let's start with healthcare, shall we?
All right, welcome back. We've been on this AI journey, and it's been pretty wild so far.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of ground, from like the history to the different types. But now let's see it in action.
Yeah.
How's AI actually being used out there in the real world?
Yeah, let's get specific. You mentioned healthcare last time, right?
Oh yeah, healthcare is a hotbed for AI right now. We talked about that Google AI spotting cancer, but there's so much more.
Like what?
Well, think about medical imaging. X-rays, MRIs, CT scans. AI can analyze those with, like, crazy accuracy.
Really? Better than human doctors?
In many cases, yeah. It can pick up on things our eyes might miss, tiny details that could mean, catching a disease early.
Wow. Early diagnosis is key, right? Changes everything.
Huge difference. And beyond just diagnosing, AI can help personalize treatment, too.
Personalized? How so?
Imagine an AI that looks at your whole medical history, your genes, your lifestyle, everything. And then it creates a treatment plan just for you.
That's wild, like custom-made medicine.
Exactly. No more one-size-fits-all. Plus, think of all the time AI could free up for doctors. All that paperwork, scheduling.
Yeah, let the AI handle the boring stuff.
Right. Doctors can spend more time with patients doing what they do best.
Okay, so AI is making healthcare more efficient, more personalized. What else?
Drug discovery. AI is speeding that up big time.
How's that work?
AI can analyze tons of data, like way faster than humans, to find potential new drugs. It can even predict how effective they'll be.
That could be huge, especially for like rare diseases or things we don't have good treatments for yet.
Absolutely. And it all comes back to data, right? AI's strength is finding patterns, connections that we might miss.
Okay, so healthcare is one big area. What about, finance?
Yeah, finance is all over AI. Think about those robo-advisors, for investing.
Yeah, I've seen ads for those, but are they any good?
They're getting better all the time. They use AI to analyze your finances, your goals, and then suggest investments.
So it's like having a financial advisor, but a robot one.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And AI is great at fraud detection, too. Banks use it to spot weird transactions, things that might be fishy.
So it's like a security guard for your money.
Exactly. And then there's customer service, those chatbots you see popping up everywhere.
Yeah, those are usually pretty annoying.
Some are, but they're getting smarter.
Yeah.
AI-powered ones can actually answer your questions, even give you financial advice.
Whoa, so you could have a whole conversation with an AI about your mortgage.
Potentially, yeah. It's still early days, but that's where things are headed. Efficiency, convenience, AI is all about that.
Okay, so healthcare, finance? What about transportation? Isn't AI behind those self-driving cars everyone's talking about?
Yep. That's one of the biggest areas where AI is going to change things big time.
Self-driving cars, I still feel like that's sci-fi.
Oh, no, right? But they're already out there being tested. Companies like Tesla, Waymo.
So how do they actually work? It's like the AI is driving.
Basically, yeah. They have all these sensors, cameras, and the AI takes in all that data, and then it makes decisions. Steering, braking, navigating.
That's kind of scary, to be honest.
I get it. Safety is a huge concern, and it should be. But the goal is to make self-driving cars even safer than human drivers.
I guess that makes sense. Less distracted driving, no drunk driving.
Exactly. Plus, think about all the other benefits. Less traffic, better fuel efficiency, maybe even making it easier for people who can't drive to get around.
Yeah, I can see the potential there. But what about the downsides? Like, what about all the truck drivers, taxi drivers? Will they lose their jobs?
That's a real concern, no doubt.
Yeah.
And it's not just transportation. AI could disrupt a lot of industries.
So what do we do?
We got to be proactive. Retraining programs, education, helping people adapt to this new world.
It's like AI is not just about technology, it's about society, too.
100%. It's about us figuring out how to make this work for everyone. And let's not forget retail. AI is everywhere there, too.
Oh, yeah, like those personalized recommendations you see online.
Exactly. AI is good at figuring out what you might like based on your browsing history, what other people buy.
Sometimes it feels a little creepy how well they know me.
I know what you mean. But it's all data, right? And then there's those cashierless stores like Amazon Go.
Oh, yeah, those are cool. Just walk in, grab your stuff, walk out.
AI makes that possible.
Yeah.
Cameras, sensors, all powered by AI, keeping track of what you take.
It's like magic, but it's not. Okay, so AI is doing all this good stuff, but what about the risks? We talked about bias a bit, but what else?
Well, there's the potential for misuse, right?
Yeah.
People using AI for bad things, like creating deep fakes or even weapon systems.
That's scary stuff.
It is. That's why ethics is so important. We need safeguards, regulations to make sure AI is used responsibly.
You don't want some sci-fi dystopia situation, that's for sure.
No, definitely not. So it's a balancing act, right? AI has so much potential, but we got to be smart about it.
Well, this deep dive has definitely given me a lot to think about. I feel like I have a better grasp on AI now, at least.
It's a complex topic, always evolving. But I think the main takeaway is AI is here to stay, and it's going to change everything.
True. So it's up to us to figure out how to make that change a positive one.
Yeah.
Thanks for guiding us through all this.
Happy to do it. This conversation about AI, it's just starting, and it's one we all need to be part of.
Absolutely. And thanks to all of you for listening. We hope this deep dive has been, well, insightful, maybe even a little mind-blowing. Until next time.